This is Chemistry Beyond the Kitchen. Tonight we're breaking down modern versus traditional dating, the rules, the red flags, whether dating apps make things any better, or if we should go back to love letters and random dates. I'm Amanda.
I'm Emma.
I'm Travis.
I'm Joey.
So the reason why I picked this topic today is because Joey, you are such a nice, traditional Italian, good morals man.
I try to be.
And I feel like you have friends who aren't.
Yeah, that's normally the case nowadays is you see there's a bunch of guys. I mean, I'm friends with them, obviously. But you see a bunch of guys and they're just the way they treat the dating life, especially being in Tampa, such a big city. It's
Tampa's
just
the worst
it's
city
tough.
for that.
It's so tough. It's so tough because it's
Why is it tough?
I don't know. And I brought this up the other day. Unless you didn't find your girlfriend your freshman or sophomore year of college, dating post grad sucks.
Do you think it's different here in Tampa City versus home?
No, home is worse.
Yeah,
home
I
is
think so
worse.
too.
And I mean, this is the best spot to probably find, go on dates and stuff like that. I'd say not in the whole country, but I'd say in Florida, Tampa's probably the best spot to go on dates.
Tampa is the greatest place in the world.
Wait, my mom sent me a
all of it.
statistics
Yeah.
that apparently Tampa is one of the best spots, Tampa,
To me.
Boca, and Jacksonville.
You have the water, you got obviously, the Gulf of America, you have the Hillsborough River, you have Tampa Bay. I mean, you have so many spots, so many scenic spots. You have the Riverwalk.
The weather's really nice.
Weather's
quality
nice.
of life is good.
It's like a mini Miami.
There's beautiful people
Yeah.
everywhere.
Great bars.
It's not Miami.
Yeah.
Which for me is a plus. I don't hate on Miami, but
I don't want it to be Miami.
I'm not comfortable there.
Yeah.
I like to go for a couple days. It's like going to New York City. I love going to New York City, but I don't want to live there. I love it, but I don't want to live there. And that's okay because I'm more laid back but I do need to live in a city. I am kind of
And Tampa has that best of both worlds because it's it's kind of suburby too, but
Yeah.
also not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could do anything here.
Yeah.
You could have any personality, you could have any hobby, it's here for you. But in that sense, do you think that there's too many options here
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
in terms of dating?
Sorry.
There's just too many.
I think guys are presented with too many pretty faces and they just don't know.
And I think vice
Same with girls.
versa. Yeah, I think there's a lot
That's
of
what- yeah.
I
I
think
was
there's a
asking
lot
generally.
of perfect looking people in Tampa.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't consider myself one of them. I'm not in that world. But there's some people that
I'm
live in
pretty
Tampa that are they're painted on. And whether it's extra work done or things going on, there's a lot of perfect looking people in Tampa, Florida.
Yeah.
So the expectation is already set so high that it's you can't win. That's I think the biggest problem is that there's always going to be somebody more beautiful, more rich. There's a lot of money in Tampa too. It's it's really hard, especially to be a guy in Tampa because, I met my wife young, but I was 24. So, we were both broke. It didn't matter. You know,
Yeah.
now that I'm almost 40, I see women trying to date and it's there's a lot of money going around and there's a lot of stuff going around and it's tough in that way. Where I think everybody is too friggin' perfect. Everybody is fucking perfect. It's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
It's I don't have a problem with it. I'm not insecure about it, but
No.
it's really crazy how many beautiful people are walking around. I think that expectation is set so high in Tampa that even if you like the person and the chemistry is good or whatever, it's really difficult because you're
The insecurity that somebody else is right around the
this
corner.
girl, or not even that, or this girl is dating this guy that's better looking. How do I feel about that? And I think a lot of people don't like how they feel about that.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing, I think, in especially areas like this. I'm sure LA is similar to that. I'm sure
New York
City is
too.
similar
Yeah.
to that. I'm sure there's a lot of similarities in that way. And, Chicago, all the big cities. But, I think there's a lot of people that are raising families here too.
Yeah.
So it's I think there's best of both worlds. I think people are really attracted to the fact that they can raise a family here. There's parks everywhere. There's playgrounds. There's good sports. There's good schools. There's good pretty much everything in Tampa. And
But that's good for the people who already have someone.
Yes,
Yes.
it's not good
The
for people
finding
who are
somebody part is
trying.
still
But that's why it's
the
so
issue.
important, like, to find somebody.
Yeah.
Is that, you know, in Tampa too, because then otherwise you're stuck like any other neighborhood in the world, like same bar, same bartender, same things
Yeah.
being said, and that's why people leave. That's why I left where I was at. I love where I grew up. Toms River is like an amazing place to me, but you know, I felt stagnant,
Yeah.
and I wanted to try to do something else.
Meet new people, grow.
Yeah,
new
and I
experiences.
love my friends from home are like still, I'm so close to them. But at the end of the day, you know, we still hang out as much as we do. I make sure I take trips up there and, you know, all that stuff. So, you know, it's kind
Also-
of a tangent about Tampa, but like, I guess that's kind of what we're
the difference
talking
between
about
here and
here.
there. Yeah.
Like with that too, it's like in Toms River, like obviously because like us three are from the same area, like you're dating people that know each other. It's like all
Easier
big
to meet somebody
overlap.
naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, I feel like it's a little bit harder.
Yeah. Especially post grad because your friends go home.
Yeah.
So once they're home, you're stuck with just the couple who are here and you all already know each other. There's no meeting new people unless you make friends at work or something and you
Yeah.
go out or something.
And you're
you
back into the cycle.
Overlap. And then and then it's all
work
going.
bars.
Yes, and then it's all the
at,
same thing.
Work bar at.
That
work
was
bar
a,
at,
that
work
was
bar
a
at.
dangerous rotation this past summer. Was
But
just
yeah.
work, bars, and that was it. Work,
Have you ever
bars,
asked
work
somebody out from a dating app?
Oh, dating apps. See, this is where I fall into the
You
trap.
give me Tinder vibes.
I'm off of Tinder.
I'm
more
not sure about
Hinge.
Hinge.
I'm more Hinge. I think Hinge
Okay.
is way classier.
No,
I agree.
Hinge
That's
is
why-
classy.
Yeah. But
That's
like
why
I
you're
fall
giving
into this
Tinder.
trap where I like match with girls on Hinge and I like
Then nothing?
I won't text them because I'm like, well, like this is never gonna work. So why do I even try?
Yeah. So
You
now
know?
it's almost like Hinge is just for
It's scrolling.
you to feel good about
Fun.
yourself.
It's the same
Yeah.
thing too. It's like scrolling. It's just like looking
Yeah.
through Instagram.
Yeah. How many
there's a
how many
there's
people
a
can
bad-
like me?
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
like
this. There's that.
they'll give you a compliment and be like, "Oh wow," like blah blah blah, and I just look at it, I'm like, "Oh great, thank you,"
Also
and then
think-
I'll walk away.
I also think it's like it's my fault too because like I'm matching with this girl, but I'm judging her based on the pictures. But like I want to have a conversation with her.
Yeah.
Because maybe like her pictures and like having a conversation with her are completely
Well,
different.
that's why you need to ask her on a date.
That's why you're
I know.
chivalrous because most men probably wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
They would just be like,
She's hot,
She's
match."
hot.
yeah.
I don't want to get
I
deeper.
want like I want to I want to talk to you. Like I want to get to know about you. And that's the thing. Like if you go to a bar.
I heard the last date situation.
Oh, great.
I heard the last situation with you.
You're a selfish person.
I heard that you talked about yourself a little too much, and that was so pretty much what you just said.
I know. I get it. And I
Can you
think
Give
I
us
did.
background.
Gosh. Okay.
No, you don't. Well, yeah.
He needs to. Give the background.
I guess I have to. I hung out with this girl a few times, right? And our first date was really cool. Like we went
What'd you
and
do?
we got Chipotle bowls and we sat by the river walk.
I'm just kidding.
We
Keep going.
sat by the river walk and just kind of just talked for the whole time. And we both talked to each other. It's not like I was doing most of the talking.
Okay,
That's
so
false.
if a guy brought you for Chipotle bowls, what would you think?
I would be
How do you
okay with
think-
that date.
How
I
do you
would be
think the
okay with
first date would?
That wouldn't settle my stomach.
But that was like her vibe. Like if she like
No, that's
if it was
cool.
a different vibe, I'd be like, let's
She
go.
wanted something
like,
chill.
do
I
I
something
mean, that's
else.
why we're here
Yeah.
because everybody's kind of got a different thing.
She was
going
into
on,
the
so.
gym and stuff like that, so I was like, ooh, like dude,
Chipotle's big
how
for like.
could
yeah.
Chipotle bowls go wrong, right?
Yeah.
She's big into the gym, like that's a huge thing, like gym Chipotle. That's it.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm the
Yeah.
biggest hater of Chipotle there is on the planet.
That's crazy.
I won't even walk in the place.
That's
it's disgusting.
crazy.
The food is gross.
Moe's.
But anyway,
That's crazy.
and every single time I order from there, something is forgotten in the bag.
Tortilla.
Yesterday was a tortilla. I spent 65 cents on a tortilla that my son likes their tortillas. So I get the
Didn't have
tortilla.
a fucking
Well, my wife
tortilla.
got it. My wife got the tortilla. Guess what? We opened them through the bag. No tortilla. You know what he says to me? Dad, this makes me really sad. This makes me really sad. So I said, oh, awesome. So my wife's like, do I really have to go? This and that and the other thing. So yeah, he had to go get him a new tortilla.
So Chipotle's dead to you now.
I probably
yeah.
wouldn't want to go on a Chipotle date either, to be honest.
Okay, it wasn't like just a,
What? Okay, so
the Chipotle bowls are just are
They're
just
out of it.
they're out of it.
Dinner and a sunset.
Right,
Dinner
dinner
and
and
a
sunset.
sunset.
That was it. And
so-
then, and then we got ice cream after in Sparkman.
Ooh.
Dinner, sunset, dessert.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, money bags with Sparkman.
Yeah.
DSD, bro. Dinner, sunset,
Would you
dessert.
get
Did we
Jenny's
just
ice cream?
invent
Remember we got that viral
Hampton Chocolate Factory? Yeah.
Not expensive, but it was so good.
Hampton Chocolate Factory is really fucking good.
So okay, so
Shout out.
as far as since
Fire.
we're talking about Tampa and there's a ton of money, what is your like ideal? Like, do you base it on like, all right, this guy's rich, you better send me on do some rich shit with me?
No.
Or okay, I found this guy on the side of the road, Chipotle and sunset and dessert is
I
good.
base it off their income level. I'm like,
Yeah, I don't
you-
think that you should know their income level. I think that
No.
that should be
Okay,
secret.
so if you
Just because you have a Gucci belt doesn't mean that you're rich. It could be
Yeah.
from it could be from China.
DH game.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, exactly.
So
I just like,
it's also money isn't my type. Like I don't think people like if I look at you and I think oh he's rich, like that's not my type.
Right.
yeah, and
Yeah.
if you're throwing it in my face, I don't like that either.
Yeah.
Because like you don't need to do all the things like to like impress me. Like if I think you're attractive and I already
So
am
why don't you
kind of
guys help
feeling
Joey
you.
out and tell him what is the ideal first?
Okay, but that's the
my
thing, right?
ideal would be drinks.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what I thought, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I don't want to come off
At like
too hot.
a cool vibey place.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to come off too hot and be like, yo, let's go to Boulan and like dress nice and like get all these fancy drinks. I didn't want to do that. Maybe that was kind
Date
of my
3.
plan for like date 2 or 3, like
Shout
do
out
something
Boulan.
like that. Shout out Boulan. But
Shit's gas.
so that was my thing. I was like, let's do like some like
See if you like her first.
casual thing. Let's talk. Let's feel each other out, and then see where it goes from there.
I get it.
And then obviously, after it went from there, you know, I asked
It
her.
didn't work
I asked
out.
her over again, and I actually cooked her dinner.
Whoa.
I brought her to my apartment. I cooked her dinner.
With wine?
No, I didn't have any wine. Didn't have any wine.
Sober?
But I cooked her. I cooked her.
2 sober dates.
Crazy. Out of this world.
I cooked her. I cooked her steak. I grilled it. Everything.
So
and
let me
I
ask-
thought I thought it went great. And I was like, wow, like this is. I'm
Okay.
We're up.
He's
we're
locked
up
in.
right now.
Okay.
And then I asked her to hang out again. Our schedules kind of got conflicting, which is totally understandable. I work a lot. She was working a lot. I get it. And then it kind of just like fizzled out. And I was like, oh, you know, oh well.
Sometimes it fizzles, bro.
You know, oh well. But then,
Sometimes it fizzles, bro.
but then this is the real kicker: is she was telling all my coworkers that all I did when we hung out was just talk about myself, and I never got to know her. So I was like,
Give us 3 facts about her right now.
that's, she's from Wisconsin.
Oh damn.
I knew that.
This happened a long time ago. I can't really.
Well, it seems you learned nothing, so I think she's right.
She might have a point.
I don't know. I just like to talk. I'm like Italian. I like to talk. I like
Yeah.
to just, you know, whatever.
I'm there. I'm with you.
But,
you know,
If she
and-
wasn't
and-
speaking, you should fill the hole, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and she just sat there and she listened the entire time. And maybe I should have stopped and been like, all right, you talk now.
Got that.
But I don't know.
I caught it too late.
Hey Dan.
Hey,
Okay.
Okay. So yeah. So like
So she said you talk too much.
cooking food for somebody is pretty intimate
That's sweet.
situation.
Yeah.
That's like come on.
DSD and a home cooked meal?
DSD and a home cook. That's 2 for 2 right there in my book.
and I do it again.
And you would do it again.
I do it again.
With her
Okay.
or with another person?
Uh,
Oh, another person.
Okay.
All right.
So
She's
But
out.
I do it again.
So you're still
She's
going-
out of the thing.
She didn't make the cut.
So you're not going to adjust your game. You're just going to
I'll
change
switch
what
it.
game you're playing. Is what you're telling me?
I think you should switch the first date.
I'll switch something up.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
what I mean,
Just
that was
switch
like
to the Chipotle or the DSD?
Wait, did you meet
I'd
her
say
online?
maybe the Chipotle.
No, she came into work and then she
Okay, I was
followed
like,
me.
how did we meet
All
her?
right. So
She
what
follow
is
me
the,
on Instagram.
What is the dinner? What is the DSD dinner? What is the ideal?
Okay,
and
it could be still DSD drinks.
yeah. Oh, drinks.
Drinks.
Drinks,
This is
sunset
the-
A
dessert.
few drinks, maybe like
It only
looking
really works with
at
dinner,
a
sunset
rooftop,
dessert.
like outside. Chill
This is my plan for my next date.
Like
that
I
I
go to
on.
Salt Shack.
I think live music is ideal for a date.
Salt
night.
Shack. That was
Salt
that's what I'm gonna say.
Shack.
That's my
Where is
plan
it?
for the next date that I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna bring her to Salt Shack, and maybe go get ice cream after. And then our next date, I'll be like, hey,
All right, ladies, come on, get in the
Next
DMs. Get in the DMs.
our
tell
next
'em.
date, I'll be like,
I'd
hey,
maybe stray
If you want
away
a
from the ice
DSD
cream.
and then a home cook the next time, bro, you're in with Joey.
yeah.
Stray away from the ice cream. What if she's got dairy
Or what if she doesn't drink?
intolerance?
crumble cookies.
You want to
Good
do
for
all
ads.
these things in one date?
No, I'm just saying, like, these are just all ideas.
What do
that
you
I
like to do
have.
on a date? If some guy takes you out, what do
I
you
don't
like?
think that you should be doing 3 things in one day.
No,
Then the girl's like,
no,
I need
no.
to
What about,
leave.
like, what about?
No.
I want to go home.
The first date was
Skincare routine is waiting for me. Can I please go home?
7-hour date.
the first date was dinner, sunset, and then you could do drink/dessert. If she wants
I
to do
think that-
dessert,
yeah.
If she wants to do drinks,
Maybe the
we'll
first
stick
one
with
just do
drinks.
DS.
Yeah.
Dinner and sunset.
Dinner and sunset, 1, and then your second date could be dessert,
Okay,
and then your third date could be cook or dinner.
Make
Yeah.
it more
I think you
comfortable
jumped
like
the
that.
gun on the
I
home
jumped
cook,
the gun
bro.
on the home cooked.
Maybe
I know,
she got a little
think I did.
scared.
Yeah, but I was very like just
Chilling?
chilling. I
But do
wasn't
chicks like
pressuring.
that? Do chicks like this?
I wasn't
I don't
pressuring
know,
her
like-
to stay over.
I know, like,
Yeah.
grown
That
women
was-
do.
Did she?
But like,
No,
do-
she didn't.
You know,
I wasn't pressuring her
yeah.
to stay over. I was like, "Oh, you have to stay over now that I cooked you dinner." I was just like, "Look, like cook you dinner. Like we watched a movie,
what movie?
Transformers."
Who picked it?
I did.
You blew it, bro.
Such a. I feel like it's like every girl
I
has that
wouldn't be able to
experience.
lock in.
blew it.
It's like,
Transformers,
Spider-Man
bro?
or Transformers comes on. Yeah.
I don't know.
and like you're just awkwardly like cuddled up next to them, and you have to
You blew it.
sit
What do you want me to
through
watch?
movie.
The Notebook?
No.
That's so.
That's
No.
usually a good first date. I
Find
know.
somewhere, but like, let's find somewhere in the middle. Let's find somewhere in the middle between
Like-
Ninja Turtles and The Notebook. Let's find a little fair medium.
Godfather. Imagine.
Oh, God.
I'd actually eat that up.
The Godfather?
Yeah.
Right, because, you're from Jersey, whatever, Italian, American movie.
So you were talking to her. It didn't really work out. It fizzled out. Do you think it fizzled out because you weren't reaching out, or she wasn't reaching out? Like, who do you think was the one who was supposed to reach out to keep the flame going?
I'm not going to say that all the fault was on her, because it's both of us. Like, my schedules just didn't line with her, but I tried to make the time and the effort to hang out with her. And I was working like 40-hour weeks, man.
You sound like you're in love, bro, and you had a broken
I-
heart. What is
I
going
mean,
on? Are you okay,
it
bro?
sucks. Yeah,
Are you
it's-
okay?
It
Seems
sucks
like
when
he's
it
gonna
happens.
cry.
Are we gonna rekindle this flame or what?
I'm
bro?
just saying.
He misses you.
I'm just saying.
By the way, he misses you.
Get him a tissue.
Get him a tissue.
I see you're from Wisconsin.
I should call her.
Joey has made you dinner.
She's
we're
gonna
here
hear
for
from you
you.
tonight.
I should call her.
We're here for you
Oh
tonight.
man.
But no,
I
like,
was just thinking about you today.
And every other second since.
but yeah, it just kind of just fizzled out on its own, and like we couldn't, she couldn't find the time, or I couldn't find the time. But now that I look back on it, like maybe I was talking a little bit too much about myself. now that like I'm kind of like looking back at my other like situationships, I'm like, oh, I guess that happened.
Yeah, but if a person truly cares about you,
stop using that
or
term.
likes you,
Situationships?
Yeah, stop using that
Then
term,
you
bro.
won't care.
You want to get girlfriends and stuff, bro? Stay away from
I mean,
situationship.
it's not a relationship. It's
situation.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, you can't add ship on something just because you want to.
That's
not how
the
words
new
work.
age talk.
That's
What'd
not how
you call it back then? Friends with benefits?
I don't know.
FWB.
Well, I think
Yeah.
you were a little farther than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys were like in love.
Yeah,
Like, you guys were cooking
DSD.
dinner. DSD and a home cook? Come on, bro.
I'd be asking what our title was after that. honestly.
Everyone
Yeah.
knew who she was at the
That was
restaurant.
my
They're
next
all
question.
Like, oh, that's yep. So
I wanted
Like,
you
what's
to marry
the
her, bro.
timeline?
I should have.
I wanted to live
I don't know. I think it was
vicariously
over a
through
course
you.
of a few weeks.
Okay, so if that was over a course of a few weeks that happened, what is
Yeah.
the appropriate timeline for to meet somebody, a talking stage, to turn into dating? Like for us, we know the 3-month rule. If it ain't moving, if you're not dating by 3 months, you're out. Goodbye.
Yeah. I'd say this.
that's
I wouldn't
kinda a long
put
time to me.
I wouldn't put a week
That's a
thing
long
on it.
time.
I'd say no more than 5 dates, and then probably no
To
more
discuss
than
if you're exclusive?
No more than 2 months. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. 5 dates.
2
Are
months.
is it just me and you, or is it? Are
Just
we
me
still?
and you. Like if I'm talking to a girl and I see her like chirping up some guys at a bar, I'll probably be like, nah, I'm good. That's it. See ya.
Yeah, like after that, after
Or if
your
I catch her on
timeline.
Hinge or something like that, like nah, no way. See ya. You have
So
to
are you
delete that
deleting
app.
your how many dates until you delete your Hinge?
Yeah. Good question. Good
Actually,
question.
You know what? The second date that we went on, I deleted Hinge.
Second
love.
date. Cooking dinner. You did a DSD. And a hinge drop all in the 1 week,
Joey,
bro?
come on
Joey,
now.
Joe.
I'm just-
She
I'm
saw
just-
that hinge drop and she was like, I'm out of here. I gotta get the
She was
fuck
like, "This
outta
is
here."
too much for me."
I mean, some girls like that though. Like when you give
Yeah,
them like,
yeah.
So, okay,
When you
so-
lock in.
DSD and a HDHD, home cooked dinner Hinge delete.
Oh my God, bro.
make the merch, make the merch.
DSD. I kind of love the DSD.
DSD is great. Dinner, sunset, drinks.
But that wasn't what it was.
It was dinner,
Dessert.
sunset, dessert.
Dessert.
But I think you could either do dessert or drinks, whatever she's feeling.
With dinner, can't you just do dinner and drinks at the same time?
I mean, sure, but you know.
So how long? So yeah, the whole like
like a
I never thought of
7-hour
that.
date.
I was beyond. I was already locked
past your
up
time.
before any of this. I didn't even think of that dilemma of like, oh shit.
When do
should
you
I
delete it?
I'm thinking more like, shit. Should I delete this or should I like hold on for a little bit longer while this marinates? Like, what do you do in that position? As a guy, I'm thinking like a guy's perspective. I'm not thinking like, he better fucking do this. I'm thinking
feel
like,
like-
oh shit, there might still be some time.
Yeah.
Don't you think you kind of have to wait until you have that conversation? Like, I wouldn't do anything until he was like, I don't want you to see anyone else.
I feel like when I start seeing
Like, I'd still trifle.
if I were to start seeing somebody, I would probably just not look at my Hinge anymore.
I feel like
Until
I think you got to
needed
get
to.
rid of it. No, you got to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Well, obviously you would get rid of
can't
it
have it.
eventually, but I'm saying like I meet a man and we go on one date and then I'm like, okay, like I don't need to look at him. I'm once there's one person that have a focus on, I'm
And
not looking
then
for more.
once you know
One
that
at
they
a
met
time.
on Hinge, and
You know?
if you keep it, they got to know that
stressful.
there's people still like hitting you up and like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get
So it's like
That's
really,
what's like, how do you know if
really not good, really not good situation.
how do you know if somebody's dating other people or not?
I also don't get the whole
You have to ask.
the guy friends thing. The guy friends thing kind of puts me in a twirl. Like
Well, it's the same thing as you having girlfriends.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
And you have girlfriends.
I do, but like when they're with their guy friends like every weekend, like as a man thinking of another man, like come on, something's up there. Something's up. I don't like the whole like, oh, I'm going out with my guy friends. Well, like how many guy
you can't
friends?
come.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
How
luck
many
with that.
guy
If you
friends
can't
are
come,
you
that's
going
weird.
out with?
Yeah, good luck with that, bro.
She's like, oh, I'm going
good
out
luck with that, hun.
I'm going out with 6 of my friends. 4 of them are guys, and it's just me and my friend. What?
Why aren't you invited?
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying this happened to me before. I'm just saying this in context. Like I don't fuck with that at all.
Okay, well, what if they're a friend group?
I get it.
My
you're
friend
a
group's going out.
Yeah,
like,
but listen, when you're
Yeah.
done with
If you're
college, the
ashamed-
friend group thing is like not a thing.
It's not even real.
Oh,
Yeah.
I still hang out with these guys that I was fucking going to McDitton's with at 35. That's not your friend
I don't
group
have a friend
anymore.
group, so I can't
I'm
even-
just saying, those
I
things
don't
are
know.
over, kid.
that's also. I think she's like.
If you want to be
that makes-
serious with somebody, maybe the friend group is one of the one of the deterrents
that you're-
of
yeah.
why you'd be like, oh yeah, I would love to date her, but like she hangs out with dudes all the time. Like, no thanks.
That makes me think.
Yeah.
That makes
No
me think
thanks.
too that she's like ashamed of me being around her friends.
If you weren't invited.
If I wasn't invited,
Yeah, you
she's going
should
out
be
with her
invited.
guy
I'll
friends.
be opening
And
that door
I-
myself. I would invite. I would be like, hey, guy friends, how you guys doing?
I
How's
also
things?
Show up to the
feel
bar.
like
Yeah.
with guy friends, it gets a little shady because I'm sure at least one of us has hooked up with one of our friends before. So, like, you also have to think about that.
Yeah.
Like, maybe she doesn't want you coming around because she used to, like,
She knows that guy
with
is
him
like,
or
oh, I
something.
used to have a fling with this guy, and then now if I
Yeah.
bring a new guy around, there's just going to create more drama, more whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just think it's weird. I think that the whole like guy friend thing is weird.
It's different if you're having
yeah.
like a pregame and then it's like, oh, my
Yeah.
friend's boyfriend is coming and bringing his friends. My friend's coming. Like, you should come. But if you're not invited, I think that's weird.
yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't-
And the
I
same
don't
thing
like
goes the
that.
other way. If you're going out with all your friends,
Yeah,
you should be like, I'm going out. Like, come.
yeah, absolutely.
Even if
You're
there's no
dating
boys
a
coming
girl.
or if there's those
Let me
girls
explain
coming.
something to you. If you're dating a girl that's okay with you going out with your girlfriends, you don't have a girl, bro.
yeah.
That's it.
Now, okay,
Because if you know girls or women or any of it, they don't allow you when you're locked up like that to go hang out with girlfriends. Bro.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, but
won't
that's once they're your
tolerate-
girl. If you're on
Yeah.
your second date.
No, we're talking about like, I thought we were talking about like,
Oh, if that's your girlfriend,
Yeah.
you're doing everything together. You're
Yeah.
we're talking about when you cut off Hinge, when you do all that
Yeah.
stuff. You cut it all out like.
And if you're going out and I can't go, you're not going out. Sorry.
See, I'm
Yeah.
okay with, like,
if there's other girls, if you're going in a group
yeah.
of girls, if it's just you and your guy friends, go, please. Leave me alone.
yeah.
But if the whole friend group's going out, there's girls going, no, thank you.
Speaking on that,
You're sitting in bed with me. We're watching a movie.
if a girl, if a guy,
it ain't gonna be Transformers.
It's going to be some DSD.
okay, let me ask you guys this question:
Yeah.
If a
Yes.
guy, is like, hey, babe, I'm going out with my guy friends tonight. We're going to the bar, or whatever. Is that cool?
Cool. Give
Yeah.
me some check-ins.
Just check-ins.
The check-in
Yeah.
is
Or,
important.
like, link right after.
Are there still some girls that are
Oh,
like,
yeah, you're-
absolutely not? You can't
Oh,
do
there
that.
is, yeah. Yeah, there is.
Why?
Or it's like you have to text me the entire time, or
Is
you
that-
go
Why do you
out and they'll
think,
start
Joe?
fighting.
Is that a trust issue? That's a trust
That's
issue.
a-
That's a
you
trust
silly?
thing.
Come on.
It's a
Come on.
It's a trust issue.
Listen, in this world, nobody trusts anybody.
No.
Nobody trusts men.
Yes.
Nobody trusts women either. Nobody trusts women
I'm
either.
trustable, but men.
See, I think like women always get this like we're like always like perfect, which like I do agree.
I don't know if all
What are you
women
trying to
are
say?
like that.
Well,
against us or
no. Well, I'm just trying to see it from both sides. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, like women don't ever do anything wrong, so you don't really assume that like. But like with guys, like we're like, oh, like
Guys are animals.
But if the
I get it, I
if
get
the
it.
bar is in the picture, girls don't go to the bar to look for boys. Girls go to the bar to get drunk and run around and just like have fun alone.
But some
be
guys
feral.
like to do that too. Some guys just
But
like to go
it's-
out and hang with their friends, watch sports, bet on sports, just kind of have a good night.
That it's different if you're going to a sports bar or you're going to Bar Howard. You're going to Bar Howard to
I
look for
mean,
chicks.
No, it's not. I mean, sometimes
Is that where they go?
I mean,
I didn't want to say McDonald's.
I've been on a little bit of a
we're
rotation
older
at
than
Bar
that, so
Howard,
but-
I'd say saloon. But
some guys will just go out watch the fights on a Saturday. Like this past Saturday,
well,
I
it's
went
different.
out.
I'm going out to watch the fights. It's different
And the
than me and my
girls
buds
who are
over
going
there.
out to watch fights aren't going out to watch fights, bro.
No, they're not.
I got
Absolutely
news
not.
for you. They're not.
They're not. They're
No,
not.
I'm
They're
going out to shake
they're
my
going
butt.
to watch the guys
They're
that are
going to
watching
shake
the
their
fights.
butt. And
I'm
they're
going to
going
shake my
watch the
butt.
guys.
I want to have a time.
No, we don't even look at guys when we're at the bar. That's what's crazy. Even me being single, I don't
So you
go
have to
to the bar
understand,
to
look
look
at
for
Guys,
men.
then what do you do?
We're
Run around and get drunk and dance.
We're animals, and animal instinct. Guys are different than girls.
That's what I'm saying.
This is
Yeah,
reality.
that's the point I was trying to make, but I
And,
couldn't articulate it.
We're not
correctly.
trying to say that like nobody can trust each other. It's just this is human nature, and
Stay in your lane, Travis. If you have a lady.
Exactly.
yeah.
I know you do. I'm just saying,
No,
like,
but I'm just saying like it's human nature for guys to be a certain way and girls to be a certain way, and
Yeah.
this is not new. None of this is new. My grandparents had the same problem. I'm sure. My grandfather owned a bar. Like you think my
were going
grandmother
to get
wasn't outside?
milkshakes.
I bet
Yeah.
you my grandmother was outside. Like Ralph, you better get your fucking ass out of here. Who is that bitch? I can't even imagine.
Guys,
So
oh my
yeah,
God, I
like
just
you
thought of something.
imagine. Like I don't know if nobody's ever met my grandmother, but if you have, you know that she's not letting my grandfather run around acting crazy
Yeah.
in Frank Sinatraville. Like
Yeah.
like it's so.
Yeah.
This is not new. This is not new now, but it's just so much worse because of social media.
Yeah, 100%.
They didn't even have cell phones. You'd have to call my grandfather on the house phone, and if my grandmother answered that, I can't even imagine what would
my God.
happen.
But
yeah,
this spoon just.
technology's great, but it kills some of the niceties and the insecurities. All of our insecurities are built on the new technology that's
Yeah.
out there, and what's making us think that it's supposed to be that way, or this is what we want, or this is what we think that or this one wants, or that one. Like nobody knows anything, and we're being fed all this shit, and it's like we're all guilty of it. We're all fucking guilty of it.
I'll be
It
honest.
sucks.
I want to delete Snapchat.
I think that's what I was going to
I
ask
want
you
to delete
about.
Snapchat.
Snapchat is, I think, a waste of space.
But the thing is I can't delete Snapchat because I've got group chats with my guys, and
Yeah,
that's
guys
how we
always talk on
communicate.
Snap. I don't know why.
It's yeah. It's
yeah,
just
when
a
a
thing,
guy's hitting
like-
your line on Snapchat at 4 a.m.
When Snap came out, it was like, oh yeah, it's like the first thing that everybody just hides what they send. I'm like, okay, that sounds shady as fuck. Like,
shady.
you think my wife's
Yeah.
gonna let me get Snapchat? No way.
Yeah,
You have no
Like,
reason for Snapchat.
Right.
No.
We don't have a reason for
exactly.
Snapchat.
Exactly.
I don't even use it anymore because the only time I've ever used it is for sneaky links.
Really? Me and my
Yeah.
friends just Snap.
Oh, well, I have like my group chat with
Yeah.
my friends, but like I also have a text
But
group
like,
chat.
yeah, do you need
So-
Snapchat? Like, that's the worst excuse I've ever heard
What
in
about
my
Instagram?
life.
Do you make moves on Instagram? Do you like a story or do
Well,
you like a post from months ago?
Which social media platform do you have
think
the
that's
most
weird.
success with?
Flirting?
Probably Instagram.
Yeah, but I also think it's kind of weird when people like DM you and are like, "You're beautiful." Like, well, maybe if he was good looking.
Well, it'd be different. Normally, we get them from like bots. Yeah, but if it was somebody who
that's
was for
why.
real, then you'd be like, oh.
Do the bots think that like do people really fall for that shit?
Yes, old people.
Yeah.
Old people believe everything they see on social media.
Yeah, but it's like, oh hey, I saw you on my friend's
I want to paint a
Instagram.
picture of you. Like, did you
Can
do those ones? Yeah.
Hit me up on this
I'm like,
line.
wait,
what are you
I
crazy?
kinda want a picture of myself.
You think I'm like stupid?
Some of them actually like they're like getting like almost real. Like
Yeah.
they have like a full profile. Like it looks like a real profile. And it's a scam.
AI is a dangerous thing.
It's so weird.
A dangerous thing.
I get like the model
dangerous.
ones, like the OnlyFans management ones.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, is this
OnlyFans management ones?
That'll be like somebody who like is a manager of girls who do like like a brand manager, like a.
I've never gotten that.
Like an influencer manager?
I'm just curious to what it is that
Yeah.
you're getting. And like somebody's like, hey, they're like, hey, do you want to fucking transfer Bitcoin? I'm like, that's the shit I get. I don't get like, hey.
I just recently I got the tolls one.
The text?
The text about tolls, pay your tolls, whatever. I know a few guys that got on that.
Really?
Yeah.
I texted to my dad. I said, "Is this for? Did you kick me off your Easy Pass?" He was like, "No." I was like,
how do you believe that a guy's sincere on Instagram then?
They would have to have mutuals.
Yeah.
Also, I think it all goes back to like chemistry and meeting somebody in person. Like none of these things are going to work.
Yeah, but that's the issue is that meeting people in person is literally so few and far between.
Yeah.
We were talking about like at church.
Yeah, where do you meet people?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
There's
we were.
bars, there's church. I mean, I think a lot of people go to church just to like be around people.
Yeah.
Maybe not necessarily to be like, oh, well, I want to go get married tomorrow, but like, hey, let's go be around some people that like are kind of like
Similar morals,
same-minded, everything else. Like, yeah, they might not be like, oh, well, yeah, there was a Virgin Mary and all these different things, but like they go there because of like what they get out of it.
Yeah.
Like personally, every single time they go, which is cool. So like, I'm not like the most religious guy, but I understand why people get what people get out of it. I know a lot of people that have been completely changed by religion.
Yeah.
And some people that I know met their, significant others, out of religious, whatever.
Yeah.
Why is that one getting counted out as one of the things? Like, it's like apps, bars, like.
Everyone does say join a gym, but like, if I'm gonna join a gym,
I don't want a man looking at me at the gym. I don't want a man looking at me at the gym.
Approaching someone at the gym is also the worst.
Someone approached me at the gym once.
I think the gym is like more like a hookup kind of.
Really?
Because you're looking at each other's bodies.
Yeah, like people are like, oh, hey, can I spot you? Like, what, bruh?
Dude, he like came up to me when I was doing my abs. I was like, you can't be doing this to me right now. He was so nervous. And I was like, you could have just like.
What did he say?
He's like, hey, like, I was looking at you and like, you're really beautiful. He was like, can I get your snap?
Well, there's
beautiful to the snap, bro. This is what I'm
beautiful
saying.
to say.
What's
if he
next?
said number,
DSD?
if he said number, you would have been like, hell yeah.
Hey, can I have your number? What? Let me get
He
your
wasn't
snap.
bad, but
The snap, the snap thing needs to get
like,
killed.
if you did ask for my number,
Right, so if
maybe I
anybody
would
gets
have been more
anything out of this,
interested.
I was just saying,
Get rid
hot
of
take,
snap.
but you could be
No,
ugly, but if
no
your
more
personality
snap.
is there or you have like swag,
Funny.
you're hot.
Yeah.
If you're
So
funny,
he could have been ugly, but he could have been like conventionally ugly. But if he had it, like if he had
Pete
like
Davidson.
the little
Pete Davidson.
Jack Harlow, all those
Yeah.
people, yeah.
Pete Davidson.
But what I didn't like
Confidence
about him
is key.
is when he started Snapchatting me, he wouldn't even Snapchat me with his face. That's another thing. It's like, why are you even Snapchatting me then?
Just message
weird.
then.
Yes.
So weird.
Yeah.
So then I completely ghosted him. Poor guy. I don't go to that gym anymore,
not poor
though.
Guy. Not poor guy.
Yeah, like when I meet a girl, I'm not asking for a Snapchat. I'm like asking for her number.
Yeah.
I'm like save your number in my phone.
I just
And
think
then
it's
I'll be like, I'll text
weird
you.
if you actually want to have a like normal conversation. And maybe because I'm not on Snapchat that I don't really understand, but I kind of have an idea of what it is, and I just think it makes no sense. What is the point of getting somebody's snap versus somebody's number?
I guess because you could see them while communicating, but then just hang out.
Yeah, but also a lot of the times you don't even communicate. You just Snapchat pictures back and forth.
Yeah.
Like
Just
so there's
blank pictures.
Yeah.
No context, just blank pictures.
So there's no communication anyway. So it's like, how are you
You're
even
just
getting
looking
to
at each
know
other.
someone? You're like
The worst,
just looking
the
at
worst
his
is when
face.
she has her location on too. And then if she doesn't snap you back and she was on Snapchat or he was on whatever, goes both ways.
active.
She was active.
I don't
Puts your
even know
head-
that.
That puts your head through a whirlpool. You're just like, oh well.
Think
she
about
doesn't-
that,
She
though.
she
Like-
doesn't. That's how I used to think though.
Yeah,
like when I was
it's
younger,
crazy.
I was like, oh, like.
But like
I'm
that's
Snapchatting this
that's
girl.
really sad. Like I got two boys. Like they're gonna
Like,
have
you're
these
so
girls like
obsessed with
fucking
these
with their
things.
heads.
Yeah.
They're gonna have these girls fucking with them. Oh hey, maybe I'll type something and then not like this is something that they're gonna have to
Yeah.
deal with. I don't know how
Yeah.
to train my kids how to not deal with these
John
fucking
Carlos
bitches.
gonna be
Yeah, he's
Same.
in
he's gonna be
bro, believe me.
making he's also
They're
Believe
both
me.
gonna be
John
exactly
Carlos-
but you know
as
John
we
Carlos
are
He is
scared.
different. type
Santoro
of
is gonna
dude.
be like sweet Joey and Giancarlo is gonna be like Dan.
That's crazy analogy.
And you know it.
He is so funny and so he is so.
He's gonna be a little charmer, and I'm
He is-
scared.
I almost brought him tonight. I was
Should've.
I was gonna have him sit with me because he wouldn't shut the fuck up at the house, and Rock was like, "Take him with you." I'm like, I don't know, but
should have.
he is just different. Like he's got 5 girlfriends.
Yeah, he's a little charmer.
But like Santoro does too. But like he just doesn't even care or know. Like they're just like, Santoro, come here, give me a hug, give me a. So it's like
Santoro's a silent charmer.
Yeah, he's gonna be sly. He's undercover.
But yeah, they're good. They're good boys though, and they like but they they have their dads in their life and their moms in their life, and you don't treat women like shit, and that's part of it. So, JoJo, you're on the right path. At the end of this, I think Joey is actually the right one.
I just think like the way like some guys treat girls. It's just like how they were raised, man.
Well,
like,
I think
you also have sisters. Yeah. I think that plays a big role.
That's a big thing. That's a big thing. My sisters, like, if I ever meet my significant other one day, I'm not worried about the relationship that she's gonna have with like my mom or my dad. They're probably the easiest. My sisters, though, when she meets my sisters, like if my sisters don't approve, like,
see, I'm an only child, so like I don't have any. Like I can't even imagine that. Like I can't even like I just did whatever. I got married. I did what I know. I didn't have sisters being like, "Hey, bitch, fucking dating my brother," and I didn't have any of that.
My sisters
your
were
sisters
ruthless.
will be the first ones to know.
Ruthless, man. They were ruthless back in the day. Like if I brought a girl over, she'd be like, "This girl's a little whore. I don't like her."
They look like one time.
Was she right?
Exactly. This one time, I had a party at my house, and one of the girls like had to use the bathroom, and I guess she like borrowed one of my sister's tampons. My sister borrowed one because it was like on a little thing. It was in like a little box. It was on like
theft, bro.
I know. It was a little box in our bathroom. And my sister flipped out. She's like, "How dare that little bitch steal my fucking shit?" Bleed out. That's what I'm saying. She's ruthless.
That's a little.
She's ruthless.
Yeah, but if a girl needs a tampon, a girl needs a tampon.
No, obviously that. But she was just like, all these dirty little whores are going through my shit. Yeah,
I guess, like going through the drawers.
Yeah, he's the baby.
Yeah.
You're like, bitch, who the fuck?
Yeah, but they're, I think that's like, that's going to be the biggest like telltales is if like my sisters approve of them, then they're solid. They're in.
Yeah,
they're
then
perfect.
You're golden.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask a couple advice questions. Not for me, just coming from the men, what you would do. Should I wait for a guy to make the first move, or is it okay to go after what I want? What would you prefer?
Make the guy. I would like if a girl comes up and makes the first move, like that's great. Like,
I feel like guys prefer that.
Yeah, like if she comes up and she just gives off like this confidence and like this aura to her, I'm blocked in. I'm like, oh, okay, for sure.
Would you then return the favor?
Absolutely. I give her the same energy she was giving me. I give her same energy back. Absolutely.
I like that. I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think that's a good. Yeah, I'm not like, I'm not that old school. I mean, I am like kind of old school, but I mean, just with my own experience, my wife and I like we were just kind of like, oh hey, like it wasn't like I was like chasing her or she was chasing me. It was just kind of cat and mouse kind of thing, and that's cool. It's all good. Cool. Yeah, I wouldn't say like that whole chivalry shit. Like it's good, it's great to like treat women with respect and. Obviously, the basics of chivalry, but like, I think the traditional stuff doesn't need to be. Yeah. All
right. Well, going off of that a little bit, how do I avoid getting attached too quickly to someone I barely know?
Oof, I struggle with this. I struggle with this a lot, and I get attached.
Home cooked dinner.
I have a real DSD.
I get attached way too quickly, and that's like my biggest, like I guess, red flag. But I'd say like. So, like, getting attached too quickly, like
meaning you just met somebody, and now, like, that person is, like, constantly wants to hang out, constantly wants to see you, talking to you all the time, wants to know what you're doing.
Have you done that?
I wouldn't say, like, I went, like, crazy, like, overboard on that, but, like, if I met you and, like, we're having this thing, like, I want to, like, talk to you and stuff like that.
Let's see where it goes.
Like, let's see where it goes.
Okay.
Like, the FaceTime thing is, like, when do you start FaceTiming? Who starts FaceTiming?
I think one day you just call and you like ask a question or something, and then it just gets into it.
I love calling. Calling.
That would throw me off a little bit right away.
I'm not
gonna call you as soon as but like once we start texting a little bit more, get to know each other, whatever.
You go on a date, and then it's like I'm just gonna call her and ask her.
Stop texting. Let's just call.
Yeah.
Let's talk to each other like this instead of like constantly texting.
I think you need to put the phones down, bro.
I
think that's the most important thing. I think like texting is like the most. I don't want to call it lazy, but it's like the most lazy way of communication. Is you don't really want to have feelings, or you just want to get to the point direct. And I think, again, chemistry,
Is
I'm
in
going to say it
person.
once, I say it a million times.
It's
that is the most important thing. If
Yeah.
the phone call is great, but
Someone could be awesome over text and be really rizzing you up and like giving you all these.
because it's
I'm not
easier.
gonna say vibes, but giving
you
you
have
all
time
this
to think.
connection, all
Yeah.
this
You have
attitude,
time to
like,
think.
and then you meet them in person and they're like literally like
so awkward.
Anybody can
and
send
weird.
a great text, because like you could look at it a million times, but to have that conversation and like feel that and like that's what that's what it's all about.
Yeah, like you could spit lies out in text.
Yeah.
And be like the most perfect angel.
And then you meet them and you're like, ew, what the heck?
I mean, people that have like perfect punctuation, all this other stuff, and then like I'll send me an email and I'll meet them in person, and they're like,
What's up, bro?
"Yeah, what's up, dog?" Like I'm like,
That's
that-
the thing with the dating apps. It's like,
and that's okay, but like,
Just be you.
if you meet a girl on a dating app, right, and you're texting her and whatnot, and then you meet her in person, she's just a brick wall. Like that's just like I want someone that like
I want to know that ahead of time though.
Yeah.
Like I don't want
Yeah.
to sit there and text
Yeah.
bullshit for fucking months and months and months and be like, "Oh yeah, let's hang out."
I want to
hang
go
out,
like
it's
in,
oh,
I want to go like
this
in
is
long
awful.
conversation, whatever.
I think you only text for a few days and then you get ready, get
You
on
have
your
to just
date.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then right then you just figure it out.
Do you
if like
immediately
it.
plan the next date after the first date?
No.
If it went well, you could say like, "Oh, I'd love to do this again," whatever, and then maybe like wait a day and be like, "Oh, are you free Friday?"
Yeah.
Like, like
Yeah. I think so too.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
last question that I think we should end off on. How do I know if a guy is genuinely interested in me or just looking for something casual? Like, how do you or your friends, like, how do you show that you're actually interested?
If
Cooking dinner is I would
Yeah.
say that JoJo likes this girl, bro.
Yeah.
If he's cooking dinner.
Probably wouldn't have a doubt in the world.
Yeah.
If a guy is like constantly asking you to like come over and do stuff like that, that his intentions are bad.
Okay.
And if he does like have that girl come over and and they make it a habit, then their intentions are bad.
Okay.
But if he's like making time to do like extracurricular things with you, like bring you to like a lightning game. We forgot to talk about that, but bring you to like a lightning game or bringing you to,
That's
dinner.
a good
Public.
date. That's a good date.
Bringing you
Yeah.
to dinner, bringing you to a lightning game, going to like Top Golf, Pop Stroke, something that's fun and something that you guys
But
can
there's a lot of
both
great
interact
guys that
in.
can't afford a lightning game. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
that's part of the problem is that like
Listen, I've been on 5 lightning game dates.
See, but there's like a fine
work
line
out.
between like a lightning game and Netflix and chill, you know?
Yeah.
Like
You're spending the
can find
money. You're
something in
There's
the
so many
middle.
things to do between that spectrum.
Yeah.
You're spending the money to like bring her something, especially if it's her first lightning game. That's the best. If it's her first lightning game and you're like, oh, like I'm gonna take you to your first lightning game, she's pumped, and that's I feel like she should know that
Always
I've got
pumped.
good
Get
intentions.
your drink.
Yeah. Hot
Yeah.
dog.
you think nobody's ever brought a chick to a lightning game?
Oh,
that wanted to just
I've brought
get
so
down?
many. I've brought so many.
But that's what
Never
I'm saying.
works.
So it's like so that
Yeah.
doesn't really answer the question.
Well,
of
no,
like,
but he's saying if you're not okay, he brings her a lightning game, then he asks her to go home. That's different than somebody
Yeah,
who's
that's what I'm
constantly
saying.
asking you
Yeah.
to do something.
Yeah.
If you bring her a lightning game, you're like, oh, what do you
I
want to do now? You want to go back to my place? Like, no,
Yeah.
that's a red
Anything.
flag. That's a red flag.
yeah, that's no good.
I mean, obviously, like if like bring your girl back to your place, that's got to happen like naturally. Like it's not. You don't like. Neither one should force it upon each other. It's like
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's the
It's gonna
girl's pick. That's where the
Yeah.
chivalry is. Like I think you're.
Let the girl make the move
Yeah.
on that
Yeah, be
one.
like,
yeah,
oh,
I think
can I
that's
come
where it's
back?
kind of like
Yeah.
it's okay to like.
But that would be that's like a natural
Yeah.
thing. That's naturally that's what's gonna happen.
I think if you have to ask a girl, hey, do you want to go up to my room or place
Yeah.
or whatever, like
I go to my room.
Be prepared with a clean apartment. but
they'll let you know before you have to have that conversation if they want to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
immediately,
Like,
you'll immediately know. You're
Within
like,
the
okay,
first
that's
hour,
all in the eyes anyway.
if
You'll
I'm with
know
a
if it's
guy, like I'll know if I want to like take
What's
it back.
happening? Yeah.
Jesus. Your dad might watch this.
He doesn't care.
All right.
Very well. Any parting words for the men?
For the men?
For the women.
For the women.
Hey,
the men.
ladies.
Sup? Sup? No, I'd
him in
love
the DM.
I'd love to go on. I told myself beginning this year, like I want to like, better myself, but I'd love to go on dates. Like I'd love to just meet
Please.
new people.
He needs a
And
girlfriend.
don't
Please.
let too high of expectations ruin your chance of like
Yeah.
meeting
Yeah.
somebody
Yeah.
cool and nice and funny and all the other things.
I'd
Like,
love to do something fun. Like if
You want to
anybody,
go to a lightning game?
if anybody has
Joey's
ideas,
your
Cooked dinner.
if anybody has ideas, fill my DMs with them because I'd love to know. I want
DSD.
ideas. We're gonna make DSD merch shirts. I think
white or red wine, real quick.
red, 100% red.
I like white. Unless it's a sweet
I like
red. I
red
like a
too.
sweet red, but
Prosecco.
No, that's a little too
Pinot?
fancy.
All right, 3 reds and 1
Prosecco
white.
is
That's
like-
where we're at.
Yeah. Catch us with wine next week.
Period. I'll bring the bottle.
All right, well, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
DSD, that's what you learned today.
ESD.
That was funny.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Ciao, ciao.